Price doesn't always equal performance. Cheap tires can perform just as well as expensive ones, or far worse, and you usually don't know until it's too late. This test compares 10 budget brands under identical conditions, revealing surprising results, including unexpected winners and disappointing big names. All tires were tested on a 2020 Honda Accord with the same size and conditions, including wet, dry braking, noise, and handling. Each set was broken in and measured using a consistent, unbiased process with no brand sponsorship involved. The bottom 3. Avoid these. 10. Ground Speed Voyager HP. Ground Speed shows up constantly on Amazon and budget tire sites. Cheap pricing, reasonably decent reviews from people who drive mostly in dry conditions. The dry braking number was actually acceptable, 124 feet from 60 miles per hour, which puts it in the middle of the pack. Wet braking told a different story, 198 feet. That was the worst wet braking number of any tire in this test by a significant margin. The tire felt vague and unresponsive the moment the road was wet, with very little warning before grip started going. Road noise was also the highest recorded, 68 decibels at 65 miles per hour, noticeably loud inside the cabin. Tread at 10,000 miles showed uneven wear on the outer edges, suggesting the compound is softer than rated and heat cycling faster than it should. Stay away from this one. 9. Crosswind HP010. Crosswind is another brand that floods the low price end of online marketplaces. The HP1010 had the second worst wet braking result in the test, 191 feet from 60 miles per hour. The dry braking was reasonable at 121 feet. Road noise was moderate at 65 decibels. The specific problem with the Crosswind was handling feel. Through the test corners, it felt wooden, with very delayed steering response and almost no communication through the wheel about what the tire was doing at the contact patch. In a straight line, it's fine. The moment conditions get dynamic, it gets uncomfortable fast. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was surprisingly even, which is probably why people who just commute in dry weather leave positive reviews. Wear is fine. Everything else is not. 8. Forceland Kunimoto F22. Forceland is not a name most people recognize, and there's a reason for that. Limited distribution, almost no presence in mainstream tire databases, no independent test data available before this. Dry braking came in at 126 feet, wet braking at 189 feet. Those numbers aren't catastrophic, but they're consistently below average across every metric. Road noise at 66 decibels. Tread wear showed minor feathering on the tread blocks at 10,000 miles, an early sign of compound instability under repeated loading. Nothing dramatic yet, but the trajectory isn't good. The load rating was also slightly below what the vehicle specification requires, which nobody would catch unless they specifically checked the door sticker. That alone disqualifies it. The middle pack. Acceptable, but not exciting. 7. Firestone All Season. Firestone is a real brand with real history. Bridgestone owns them. The expectation going in was that this would score higher. Wet braking came in at 172 feet, dry braking at 118 feet, road noise at 63 decibels, which is noticeably quieter than the bottom 3. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was completely even across the contact surface, which is a good sign for long-term life. The handling feel was predictable, if unexciting. It communicates reasonably well through the wheel. Nothing surprised during the test corners. The issue is price-to-performance ratio. The Firestone All Season sits at the higher end of the budget category pricing, around $85 to $95 per tire, and for that price, there are better performing options in this test. It's not a bad tire, it's just not a good value at what it costs compared to what finished above it. 6. General Ultimax RT45. General Tyre is another brand with legitimate backing. Continental owns them. The Ultimax RT45 is their flagship all-season passenger tire, and it shows up on a lot of recommended lists. Wet braking at 168 feet, dry braking at 116 feet, road noise at 62 decibels. Tread wear perfectly even at 10,000 miles. Handling feel through the corners was confident, with better steering response than anything tested below it. It's a solid, honest tire. The reason it's not higher is purely the wet braking number. 168 feet is decent, but the tires above it in this ranking are meaningfully better in wet conditions, and wet braking is the test that matters most. At around $80 to $90 per tire, it's reasonably priced. 5. Kumho Solis TA31. Kumho is a South Korean manufacturer with a longer track record than most budget brands. The Solis TA31 is their standard all-season, and it splits the test results right down the middle. Wet braking at 162 feet, dry braking at 115 feet, road noise at 61 decibels. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was perfectly even with no irregular patterns. The handling feel was the best in the mid-pack, responsive, communicative, predictable at the limit. The steering feel through corners was close to what you'd expect from a tire costing significantly more. At around $75 per tire, the Kumho Solis is genuinely good value. It doesn't win anything outright, but it doesn't lose anything badly either. The top 4. These are worth your money. 4. Hankook Kinergy PT. Hankook is a brand that gets unfairly lumped in with no-name budget options because of its price point. The Kinergy PT is not a no-name product. Wet braking at 157 feet, dry braking at 113 feet, road noise at 60 decibels. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was perfectly even with no irregular patterns. The handling feel was confident and progressive. It tells you clearly what it's doing before it reaches a limit. At around $78 per tire, the Kinergy PT consistently outperforms its price point. It finished 4th here, but it's genuinely close to 3rd. The margin between 4th and 3rd in wet braking was 2 feet. If you find the Hankook Kinergy PT in your size at a good price, buy it without hesitation. 3. Cooper Discoverer Enduramax. Cooper is an American brand, Ohio-based, and the Enduramax is their everyday, all-season passenger tire. It doesn't get as much attention as some competitors, but the test numbers are hard to argue with. Wet braking at 155 feet, dry braking at 113 feet, road noise at 59 decibels, the second quietest in the test. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was perfectly even, with slightly better depth remaining than the Hankook, suggesting better long-term wear trajectory. The handling feel was the best tested below the top 2. Natural, communicative, with a progressive feel at the limit that gives the driver time to react. It doesn't feel like a budget tire through corners. At around $82 per tire, the Cooper Discoverer Enduramax is excellent value. 3rd place in a 10-tire test is a real result. Number 2. Nexen N-Priz AH8. The brand nobody expected to be here. Nexen is South Korean, relatively low profile in the US market, and gets almost no coverage in mainstream tire recommendation articles. The N-Priz AH8 was the biggest surprise in this entire test. Wet braking at 151 feet, dry braking at 110 feet, road noise at 58 decibels, the quietest budget tire tested. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was perfectly even, with the best remaining depth measurement of any tire in the lower 2/3 of the price range. The handling feel was sharp and responsive. The steering weight felt more premium than the price suggests. Through the test corners, it felt communicative and predictable right up to the limit. At around $74 per tire, the second cheapest in the top 4, the Nexen N-Priz AH8 offers the best price-to-performance ratio in this entire test. If it's available in your size, it deserves serious consideration. Number 1. Falcon ZX ZE960 AS, the winner by a clear margin in wet braking. Falcon is a Sumitomo brand, Japanese engineering, competitive pricing, and consistently strong independent test results going back years. The ZX ZE960 AS is their all-season flagship, and it earned 1st place. Wet braking at 146 feet, dry braking at 109 feet, road noise at 59 decibels. Tread wear at 10,000 miles was the most even of any tire tested, with the second best remaining depth after the Nexen. The wet braking number is what wins this test. 146 feet versus the worst result of 298 feet is a 52-foot gap. That is the length of a full-sized school bus between the best and worst budget tire tested. On wet pavement from 60 miles per hour, that gap is the entire conversation. Handling feel was the best in the test. Progressive, communicative, confidence-inspiring. Multiple times during the test corner sequence, it genuinely felt like a mid-range premium tire rather than a budget product. At around $88 per tire, it sits at the higher end of the budget category. It's worth every cent of that premium over the cheaper options. Next video is run-flat tires, whether the convenience is actually worth what you give up in ride quality, price, and replacement cost. That one is worth your time.